Bam, lamb, Black Betty had a child. Bam, lamb, the damn thing gone wild. Bam, lamb, said a word, not a mile. Bam, lamb, the damn thing gone blind. Bam, lamb, I said, oh, Black Betty. Bam, lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam, lamb.
What's up? It's Jomboy and Jake Radio. It's Black Betty by, I don't even know who sings the song. Do you, Jake?
Whoa, Black Betty, Ramland. No. I don't
Ram Jam.
Black Betty had a child.
That is such a good song.
Damn thing went wild.
Like, that song has to get you going. I can't imagine anyone hears that and just doesn't start going like, it's good. It's a good song.
Ram Jam.
I was trying to show you the music video because it's awesome. It's just them playing on a front lawn, but they just look ridiculous.
Yeah, 1977.
The scene in the music video looks like a hillbilly family reunion. And it was just a bunch of cousins like saw each other for the first time. They were like, you gotta play? And then they just ripped this out.
They're the Ram Jam Band. Predominantly known for their hit single Black Betty.
So have you ever seen the I'm going to play this for you, so I hope you enjoy it. Have you ever seen that there was a viral video like years ago, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 9, of a black guy on a bus who picks a fight with a white guy? I think the white guy's racist and a bad guy, but the white guy kicks the shit out of the black guy. And the black guy's all busted up face, and he's on the bus. He goes, "Someone call an ambulance." Do you remember that viral video?
Nope.
Okay, so someone took that video of him saying ambulance and put it into Black Betty. It's really good, so I'm going to play it. Sometimes I get this version stuck in my head.
Okay.
It works perfectly.
Sometimes the internet trips all of us up.
Sometimes the internet does good things.
We all have our weak spots. Now I know one for you.
Whoa, Black Betty, ambulance. Pretty good.
How about that?
They could do it from Denzel in American Gangster, too. The opening scene of that movie, Denzel's boss dies, and someone call an ambulance. It's good stuff. How are you doing today?
Lead vocals, Mike Scavone.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, why would I joke about that?
Because we've made up the name Scavone before.
No, it wasn't made up.
yeah, it wasn't
not made up.
No one else will understand why that's exciting. But
my first ever boss had the last name Scavone. So
that we turned into a running joke that we then put into our web series, Grown Losers.
Yeah.
Going up to someone's house, knocking on the door and saying, "Does Jack Scavone live here?"
Yeah, if you explain it, it's not going to make more sense.
I was just going to do it with you, but I guess we're not.
Oh, I still don't think it would make any sense, but no.
It's never
you got to see it live. You got to see it live. It's kind of like the ambulance thing. I'm all right. Didn't sleep a wink last night. No idea why.
Neither did Katie.
Yeah, and that was part of it. I actually kind of took one for the team because the lady friend's been having her trouble season sleeping, and I saw her squirming, and then I was squirming. I was like, well, if we dual squirm, then all is lost.
Yeah, you're just playing night crawlers.
So I bailed. Went out to the living room. Just kind of turned on the TV and the internet and did that. It's literally.
I saw you tweeting at like 5 a.m. your time.
Oh yeah, I was up at 2. What was the old David Tell late night TV show? Insomniac.
Insomniac.
The David Tell had it kind of right. Like from the hours to 2 to 5 a.m. Like you don't even really know what you're doing. You're watching TV. you're watching, you're clicking through the computer, and then you snap, and then it's 6 a.m. and the day is starting, but you're exhausted.
Yeah. It's like when you're awake before everyone else and you're driving. Like I have to go to the airport at 3 a.m. coming up.
Right.
When you're driving on the roads at 3 a.m., you feel like you got a head start on the rest of the world. You're like, I am ahead of you. I'm going to kick this day's ass. None of you guys are even awake yet.
Right.
And then nothing comes of it. But it is kind of a cool feeling. You're like, whoa, there's no one around.
Yeah, a little bit. Be doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's your last day in Denver for 10 days.
In Denver, yeah. Said, I mean, it's like 13.
Are you gonna miss it?
Missed the dog. Just had to bring him to like puppy daycare. Not gonna see my dog for 2 weeks. That's pretty sad.
That is. Want to hear something sad? Zimmer fell down the stairs last night, which is why Katie didn't sleep. Because it was storming here.
Sure.
And he gets scared of the noises, so he wants to come up and be with us. So
Right.
I brought him up. Once it started storming, I woke up at but right when we were about to go sleep, I was like, oh, I'll go get him and bring him up. But then he has to pee or he has to get water, so he wants to go downstairs.
Right.
And he's so old and rickety, like foot, second foot, back. Of like how you would picture a mountain goat just like slowly going up, like sideways. And Katie jumps out of bed, so I heard her jump out, and I was like just listening. And she, as soon as she got there, I just heard like a crash and and Katie go, oh! And Zim fell down half the flight of stairs. She said he just slid, so it kind of might have been fun. He didn't really get hurt, but she was like crying, terrified. Then he peed, so she didn't sleep at all.
Jim, you haven't put this together yet?
What?
Katie pushed the dog.
Wow. I think if I even made that joke, I think she'd cry.
Oh, I wish it was a joke, but yeah, I mean, I'll let you guys investigate it, and she definitely won't get emotional talking about that. But yeah, Katie pushed your dog down the stairs.
Well, that's a bummer.
I'll let you address it later. Hopefully, we'll have an update.
I'll ask
the next JJR. Yeah.
She pushed the dog. She'd cry. She'd be like, "Don't even. That's not funny."
Yeah.
She'd be so serious. Katie and I recorded our podcast yesterday. Go listen to that, guys. Talked about some fun stuff. After this. I'm pumped up today, Jake. It's pitchers and catchers.
Sure.
It's the day before Valentine's Day, so naturally just off my rocker with excitement. No, but I am excited because we're doing the daily episodes.
Yes.
And like all it takes is for two people to tell me, like we got two tweets that were like, "Oh, talking Yanks every day," and like GIF, of being excited.
Sure.
And that's how like easily I can be swayed into like, fuck yeah, people are gonna love these. So I'm all jazzed up. We got the Instagram TV going for the first time. So I'm super interested to see how that goes.
Yeah, we don't even know what that is.
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to change my tune on Instagram and be more active there and not so I don't read the comments anymore, so that's actually helped.
Yeah.
I just straight up don't read the comments on Instagram posts anymore. But I did a whole question and answer on Instagram yesterday. It was super active. Did you see that?
Saw that.
Someone just DM'd me a response and said, random comment, "You have great hair." Okay, that's all. Carry on. And that's a lie. I know I have bad hair. It's gray at 25, but that was nice of that person.
Why does gray hair matter for having gray hair? That doesn't matter at all.
Well, because my grays grow out.
Dude, people love salt and pepper, man.
Yeah.
Like that's arguably one of the sexiest hairstyles there is.
No, I think that's like a nice thing. I don't think anyone goes and says like, "Ooh, I want a salt and pepper haircut."
They do. People love salt and pepper, bro.
You think young people are dyeing their hair gray for fun?
I don't think young people, but I don't think people are necessarily at their hottest when they're young.
But I don't think anyone's asking for gray hair. It's just a nice thing to tell people once they get gray hair. Oh no, people like it.
Man, no, when it comes in right, it's a good thing. I don't know why you don't shy away from that, brother. Lean into it.
Anyway, also cracked myself up on that Instagram question and answer, Jake, because someone asked me why I moved so much, and I just said my dad was a murderer and we were in the witness protection.
Mm.
And I got like 5. I always forget that people don't have my brain inside of their head, so they can't tell when I'm joking and not joking.
Right.
And I got like 5 responses like, are you serious? Like, whoa, dude. Someone said, wow, that's crazy that you can so openly talk about this.
Yeah, no, the other problem is nowadays, like, people would be open about that to be open about it. Like, we grew up in a generation that was like, oh, you bury that, you'd never mention it. You'd tell your best friend at your wedding day. Now we're in a generation where it's like, yeah, actually, my dad was a murderer, so I had a pretty weird upbringing.
Yeah.
Watch my vlog.
That's true.
And we're part of it.
Yeah. So the guy said, like, I forget what he said. It cracked me up. It was just basically like, wow, it's crazy that you can be so open and honest about this. Good for you. I was like, my dad's not a murderer.
It's strength. Have you watched the Ted Bundy tapes? TBTs?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yep, lost you for a little bit there.
Do I have you?
Do I have you?
Yep. Good now.
Lost you if you've been watching the Ted Bundy tapes.
I watched the Ted Bundy tapes, yes.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, the first thing I Googled after that, because I mean, everything, I don't know, the story was there. There's some cool parts. I think the first thing I looked up after it was Rosa Bundy, or the daughter. Conceived a daughter while he was on death row.
Yeah, what's she up to?
I don't know. I could only find so much. I think she lays pretty low key, but like, this is prime time for her to strike. That's what I'm saying.
Was probably a swift name change.
Yeah, you'd like to think. You'd like to think you probably went with the name change there. And again, that's the different generations. Like, and you know, Rosa Bundy's probably got 5 years on us. She's probably mid-30s, something like that. I might have the timeline off. She might be close to 40, but you know, I mean, she could be a Kardashian if she wanted to.
You should check out the podcast Happy Face Killer.
Maybe I will.
Because
Probably
that
won't.
You won't. But that is Happy Face Killer was a serial killer. And the podcast is his daughter doing the podcast.
Yeah, bingo.
Yep.
I'm not into the serial killer stuff. The girl likes it, and I could get through it. So I don't really love that stuff.
I like true crime. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
You know what I Googled after I watched Ted Bundy?
What's that?
It was so strange. I went to Google. I Googled, "Am I Ted Bundy?"
That's what you Googled.
And then I Googled, "Am I a robot?" And both came up no.
Right.
Yeah. I was actually Ask Jeeves. AskJeeves.com.
Yep.
That's what I did. When do you fly tomorrow?
Real early. My flight's at like 6:05, so I'll be on the road for 3:30, 3:45, something like that.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yep.
I'm excited for you.
Nah, you're not.
I'm excited for you.
You're not.
Yes, I am.
I wish you wouldn't be. Why would you be excited for me to get up that early?
I'll get on the move.
Rude.
Going on an adventure? Go to
Rude.
Florida?
Rude. Rude.
Pitchers and catchers have reported for the Yankees. Baseball is in the air. St. John's beat Butler by 4 points. They are now third in the Big East. They're like doing a 500 game right now after their really hot start. They have some big games coming up. The Devils got crushed by the Blues. Ha! and the Rangers lost to the Jets. That's about it. Ba, 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 ba. Not a lot of action for the Tri-State.
Pitchers and catchers.
Pitchers and catchers. Everyone was there early anyway this year, which I think there was more people early at Yankees camp than there has been in years past.
Yeah, I mean, I told you this storyline from whenever I figured it out last year, but I mean, we're gonna hear at some point like, well, the Yankee spring training last year was a lot more lackadaisical. This, they've been high intensity. They're taking it serious this year, instead of the chill Cali vibes from last year.
Yeah, the chill Cali vibe from last year was weird because they were like, yeah, spring training's been super chill. It's like, okay. It sounded nice at the time, I'm not gonna lie, but
super chill sounds nice if you win.
oh yeah.
Super chill sounds terrible if you lose.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why California doesn't have a lot of winners in it.
Mm.
Some teacher told me that once. So there's a lot of professional athletes. There's not a lot of professional athletes in California that win championships. I was like, that can't be right.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a numbers game.
Colin Cowherd has a pretty good rant about sports teams being good and where they're from and stuff. I mean, you've got the Lakers, and I mean, you could put it together in your head, but he like deep dives into it, and he holds no punches when he goes out on some of his limbs. But it's usually a compliment to the nice towns, Miami, San Diego.
Well, yeah, the more things to do in your town, like nice weather-wise.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is it's adding up for some other teams too, like University of Miami, Southern California, like UCLA basketball. Those used to be like mainstays in their sports, and they've all been bad for like 2 decades now. So they think it's even caught up to them. And then It's like look at SEC football. He leans on like the Green Bay Packers a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, no, I mean when you go somewhere. When I moved to California, I really felt that vibe. That's like the first time I kind of didn't hate Red Sox fans because I kind of just appreciated like
fandom,
the diehardness of the fandom because I didn't see it in the Bay Area as often as you see it in the Northeast. And I was like, shit. Well, at least like they love their team.
Yeah.
Live and die. That's all. St. John's is good. We got nothing else really, Jake. We got nothing else. Like the Rangers.
Yeah, Johnny's won an OT. That's pretty huge for them, Jim. They almost blew it.
They are they a bubble team, or do they have to win?
I think right now they're probably slightly above the bubble. I think if they take care of their business, they'll be good. Their next game is at home versus Villanova, who's ranked 13th. That could almost propel them to pretty much in. But yeah, the Big East Conference is hilarious. Villanova and Marquette. So Villanova's 10-1 in conference. Marquette is 10-2. St. John's is third at 6-6. There's 2 5-6. There's 2 5-7. There's 3 4-7. So if St. John's does have a bad couple of games, like even if they go, well, I guess if they go say they lose to Villanova, and then if they split the next ones, yeah, they could be close to the bubble. If they go 3 of 4, they're probably in a good spot.
Nice, interesting. Bubble teams, man, that's shitty to see. Like some terrible conference tourney winner knowing you're better than them. But that's how it works. That's the beauty of it.
Amen. Dude, it's creeping up, man.
I know. Well, once we get past spring training, this is the next block. Berlin Wall is spring training. I can't look past that. And then once we're back from spring training, then let's do some March Madness stuff. Let's make a bracket. I still want to make my mascot bracket.
Okay.
What is it? Like humans versus birds. I don't think they're ever going to be versus each other, but like what's the best human mascot? Who would win?
Oh, you want to go by, I was going to say lineage. What's the scientific word?
category.
You know my deal with science.
I don't know, but there's like nature. There's a nature category for like the hurricane.
Okay.
And all those. There's a human category: Patriots, Cowboys, Redskins,
humans, other mammals.
Then there's like mammals and birds. I think those
birds of prey.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be birds, mammals, humans, nature. I think that's
Terrapins. Did Maryland play last night?
They did. You won, Jake. I have Jordan Gagg hooked us up with some great stats about your betting.
Yeah, I saw that. Talk to me.
Oh, he showed you too?
Yeah.
I'm excited about that stuff.
Good.
Because we found some patterns.
Oh, we're going to buck all those patterns, Jim. Don't get excited.
There's some interesting patterns. Let's get into the national news brought to you by Jake Storielli.
The pitchers and catchers report for some other teams, not named the Yankees. Jim, really fun college basketball game last night in Louisville. Louisville was hosting the Dukies. They were beaten up on them, up 23 late into the second half, and Duke comes back. They win 71-69. Yeah, the boys go off. Shocker. In the KFC Yum Center, is it still called that in Louisville? NBA fun news. Joel Embiid ends his press conference by saying the referees fucking suck after they lost to the Boston Celtics. Thanks, Joel. Appreciate you. The Atlanta fans give it to LeBron by chanting Kobe's better. And the Lakers lose to Atlanta, one of the worst teams in the league, heading into the All-Star break. Pels weren't interested in playing last night. That's reported by Anthony Davis, the guy who said he won't resign and want to be traded. And speaking of trades, Antonio Brown officially, he even made a hype video for it, officially requests to be traded from the Steelers.
A lot of basketball storylines today, huh?
A lot of basketball being played, but first the Rams go for a championship.
Oh, for anyone who doesn't know that commercial.
They don't.
Go watch it. I need everyone to understand every line from that commercial because I want to drop them as often as we possibly can.
They don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Sports Center Golden Years will get you there, I think, or Old Timers Day on Sports Center.
There you go.
Honus Wagner played for peanuts. Literally peanuts.
Good commercial.
Such a good. Take that hat off. It's rude. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid's presser.
You like that?
No.
Wow.
I don't like it.
Wow.
Because did you watch it?
Yeah.
It was like a mic drop moment. It was like a forced mic drop moment. Like it's like Cora when he was like, when Cora said that about Sebi and he was like, is that a quality start? And then walked off. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Have that be a natural thing and it's cool. Like if someone asks you and be like, I think they fucking suck. And then like kind of be like, oh shit, shouldn't have said that and walk off. That would be better. But to sit there knowing you're going to drop that, know you're going to get the fine. Whatever. Did he have I saw he had a bad night. Did you see the calls he didn't like?
The power play. Yeah, there's one bad call at the end. It's a really long game. You have other opportunities outside of that. Exactly. It wasn't the worst. Yeah. Wasn't the worst missed call in basketball that day.
Yeah. So I just you never look good when you complain about the referees. Now, if it's like the Saints game, that's a different story. Like a much different story. But like a ticky-tack regular season game, one call.
Yeah. Yeah, it just brought up the conversation. A lot of people start bringing in the Saints stuff and have been talking about it. It's not the same level of magnitude, but I don't know. It started the whole replay discussion. Are we ever going to replay like penalties? Which, I'm kind of for it. A lot of people are against it because they like living by the referees are the law. That's why we have them out there. And it's like, well, I thought we also want to just get the calls right. So it just seems like we could create some minor caveats that, you know, could let a team go to the Super Bowl. I don't know.
I just didn't like the manner in which you said it, like grabbing the mic. The refs were fucking terrible, and then leaving.
Yeah, that's Embiid's style, though. He's he's a big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's Embiid's MO.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of it.
He ain't changing that. And then the other game I left it out it was before Duke Louisville. Was Kentucky LSU. Kentucky lost at home. Your boy Calipari. LSU had a tip in. It should have been. What is it called? It's like offensive interference in basketball. Like the ball's above the cylinder.
Yeah.
And they didn't call it, and like they reviewed it. So that was actually what has more people talking today, is the fact that like they could review that, and the refs had to watch it over and over because they could review the time aspect of it, but they couldn't change the call that it was like offensive goaltending. So they just had to let it ride, and they showed the replay a bunch of times, and yeah, it was like, you know, it would have went into overtime, so it's not like the game would have been technically won or lost, but would stop you from losing.
I saw just the overhead shot tweeted out with that looks damning.
Yeah.
But then every reply said the other angle showed that it wasn't in the cylinder.
Well, yeah, those are the LSU fans. If you're starting an LSU pod, follow those people. It was over the cylinder. There's an angle from an opposite angle that it looks close, and then there's an angle where it looks obvious. It's kind of the rule of replays.
But they can't review that?
No, they couldn't review it. So they kept checking to make sure the clock was right. But yeah, people were pretty mad about that. They take that round ball seriously at KU. Cats.
The review system, there's the flaws of it are so funny sometimes. Like, why can't you review that? Like the baseball has certain things that you just can't review too, and it's like strike zone. I understand. There's some things like, wait, why? What? You can't? Why?
Yeah, I think they just don't have it wrapped around their heads that I think they need to make it like in the final 2 minutes or something. Like, just anything should almost be fair game. Like, that's the problem. I think the biggest problem they have right now is literally writing down the verbiage to make it a rule. Otherwise, they would.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think, why originally would they not be able to review that? Like, why would they say in the book that's not a reviewable play? That seems like an easy reviewable play.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's one of those things that I don't know. I think they were just like, oh, we got to draw a line somewhere and let the ref still be able to call it. And it's like, well, isn't the whole goal to get it right? So yeah, I mean that's where I'm at. I know I heard Jay Billis yakking while I was doing my insomnia mode. And you know, he was like, yeah, you know, they got jobs, but you have to let the referees do their thing out there. I mean, that's their job. And it's like, yeah, okay, but I mean, then we shouldn't have replay at all because it's their job to get every call right. So it's really, what are we really doing here? And they just don't know how to write it up. They literally don't have the words for it.
Yeah. The stupidest thing, do you remember the Joe West call last baseball season? Joe West was in right field, and he couldn't tell if it was a home run or hit the wall, like it hit a fan.
Is this the Mookie catch or something, or is this another play? There's a lot of Joe Wests.
Yeah, I forget, but Joe West came in and said he called it a home run because he has to make a call. Right. And then Joe West huddled up with the other umpires and were like, "Hey, let's review this because I'm not positive." And then they went to the review, and the review was like, we don't know, so we're going to let Joe's call stand. And it was like, Joe just said that he didn't know.
Yeah.
So just
Joe openly admitted
that he made an arbitrary call. So why let that hold weight?
Yeah, I want to say, I think that was the Mookie homer, and I think it was in Houston because it was that low wall, and they didn't know if Mookie got it past the wall or where it was.
Yeah. That was so silly. Like, I hate how they put weight into the original call when that's what's being questioned.
Right, but that's kind of the whole thing with the problem is it's the whole verbiage and like the refs still have to call it. So it's kind of like, well, if there's no decisive evidence, that's how the refs call it. That's how we play sports, which I kind of get that, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. They'll start reviewing some stuff eventually. You start. How deep does it go? Can you review like holding on the offensive line? Can you review like there was that Brady got the Patriots got it's funny how we remember the Boston calls. There was a roughing the passer because they thought Brady got hit in the face. But it just turned out it was his shoulder pad. Like, can you review something like that? Can you reverse a penalty if it's not a penalty? And then where do the lines stop? I literally think the only thing holding this back is the verbiage because they don't want to find themselves in a messy situation where it's, we can't review this. We can review this. Oh, can we switch this call? We can't. And then if they get it wrong, then everyone looks like idiots again. So
you need some good lawyers to write it up.
Hey, yeah, it just looked like our team wasn't interested in playing tonight, Anthony Davis. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You kind of made that happen, buddy.
Yeah. You're not interested in playing.
You're the most not interested in playing, to the fact that you asked for a trade with 1.5 years left on your contract, and that kind of ruined our season, man.
It's pretty funny.
Jim, where's Antonio Brown playing opening day football next year? Everything you got.
AAF, dude.
You think he's going to the AAF?
Oh, yeah. He's going to the Salt Lake City Stallions, and then eventually Denver will have their, transfer contract, and he'll go to Denver.
I mean, it would actually be really funny if injury stuff didn't exist, and he was like, watch this, and he just had like 45 catches in one of those games.
Yeah. Where is he going to play? I don't know. He's going to do a 1-year cheap deal, go to the AAF, get $250,000, dominate, and then get a big contract.
Dominate? No, he'll I don't know, man. A lot of people are saying Jets, jet life.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Don't bring him to the Giants, please.
Oh my God, could never work. And Antonio Brown keeps doing bad things. He gets caught like speeding every other day, and there's like another accusation here and there. I don't know. I know the Chiefs came out with a quote like already saying that like this draft we're looking for a player like Antonio Brown, and everyone's like, oh, you're looking for a player who's like the best wide receiver in the league, who's also available. Gotcha. 10-4.
Hey, that's a good look for them.
Yeah. I can't reveal my sources, but the Broncos are looking for a quarterback like John Elway.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
and everyone's looking for a coach like McVay.
I don't want to give away my sources again, but the Broncos are looking for a Belichick type, like a young Belichick.
Oh, so young Dick, defensive
like
coach.
A young Belichick, yeah. So
the White Sox have a penalty in their front office if any prospect gets compared to a Hall of Famer.
Nice.
And it seems like that should be implemented with these quotes too.
But maybe what if that keeps the White Sox shitty? What if because I think Stick Michael compared Jeter to a Hall of Famer or something when he was 18. So now are the White Sox scouts scared to go after the best talent? And they're like, oh, if we miss on this guy.
Well, I think they're allowed to go after they're allowed to go
they're looking for league average players.
No, they're allowed to go with the best talent. They just can't compare them to one of the best to ever do it because it's not realistic.
I hate that. Yeah. Make them put their money where their mouth is. If you're gonna compare someone to Slammin' Sammy Sosa, he's not a Hall of Famer.
I saw Sammy Sosa hit 2 home runs in a game once.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. It was cool.
He's gone full whiteface. Have you seen him lately?
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it.
No?
He's got Michael Jackson disease. I mean, Sammy Sosa also fakes that he doesn't.
Blow the whistle. We can talk about anything at halftime. You just
Oh, yeah,
have to
yeah.
blow the whistle.
Whistle's fun. Sammy Sosa also, he's fakes like he doesn't know English in court, and it's like, but there's videos of you knowing English. And he didn't go. He went white face, Jake, and then he flew past that to pink face.
Yeah.
You ever seen the picture of him with the pink hat on? Just Google Sammy Sosa pink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gag, a Chicago guy, just said he looks like a human Pepto-Bismol in the chat, and it's true. That's what he looks like. I mean,
Yeah,
that's like a ghost of a human.
I don't know, man. It's bizarre. Like they've got the picture from like one of his rookie cards or something. I need two different people.
Yeah. Why is it a disease?
I don't think so. Like Michael Jackson didn't have a disease. Didn't Michael Jackson like bleach himself?
I don't know if that's rumor or it was a disease.
Well,
I don't know.
now I have to type in Michael Jackson bleach again into my Google search.
Okay, tell me what comes up. We're in halftime. This is fine. It's totally cool.
Although Jackson was diagnosed with a skin disorder, vitiligo, which results in white patches on skin, and said he had not purposely bleached his skin, but had used makeup to even out his tone. It was widely suggested that his lighter skin tone was partially due to bleaching.
Yeah, that's what in Sammy Sosa they say. It's this report says that Sammy Sosa, it's because of a skin disease, skin bleaching, or an unfortunate byproduct of steroid use. I'm going to say that there's no way it's an unfortunate byproduct of steroid use, but that gets this website more clicks.
Sure.
Just say Sammy Sosa steroids.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Sosa said, it's a cream that I have, and I use it to soften my skin, but has bleached me some. I'm not a racist. I live my life happily. What a quote. What a whirlwind.
Nice.
I put this cream on my face, but yeah, it has bleached me a little. I'm not a racist. I live my life happily.
Michael Jackson's daughter's 5'10".
Nice.
Paris
Jackson. Good for her. All right, let's go to
She's
second.
a model, Jim.
Well, of course she is. Is she a good-looking model or is she an interesting-looking model?
I haven't seen the full body. She's got a couple pics. She's got some dynamic eyes, it looks like.
Wow, her eyes are crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they're scary.
Yeah.
If you Google search Paris Jackson, the very first picture that comes up on Google Images is beautiful and scary. Like beautiful eyes, but intimidating all-around look. I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
Oh,
good for her.
Just scrolling through, I'm super scared of Paris Jackson. She's very.
Some of her pictures, she's like a 9 and hot, and other pictures, she's like scary.
Yeah.
Good for her.
The picture of her with the tiara over her forehead, she looks like nice, eloquent, pretty there. Her eyes go deep into your soul. Oh yeah, those are intense eyes. Wow.
It's like camping. It's
intense. Yeah, I use that on Katie a lot. She falls for it every time. She likes it.
It's a good joke.
Yeah, stop being so intense. I'm not in a tent. You're in a tent. Play on words. All the best. Do it.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh. I know it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
Another disarticulated foot has washed up on the beach in British Columbia, Jake. I actually know this story. Severed feet with shoes still on them keep washing up on the same beach for like 10 years now or something. It's wild. A man caught a 20-pound goldfish. Wow. Bill Cosby's spokesperson says the comedian thinks that prison is an amazing experience. A fleeing bank robber slipped on some ice, fell, and then got arrested. So go the ice. Good job. And a mother of 2 was badly injured after mistaking a stick of dynamite for a candle during a power outage. during a page. That's some cartoon shit.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Would you rather be the bank robber who got caught because he slipped on ice? Or would you rather be the mother who lit dynamite instead of a candle?
Jim, I didn't hear any of the words you said because I'm caught up on Bill Cosby enjoying prison.
Bill Cosby's senile. I just like calling prison an experience.
An amazing experience.
Uh-huh. Despite the circumstances, Bill Cosby has said his time in prison is an amazing experience.
Have you seen the coffee part yet?
The coffee part?
And he hasn't drank any coffee since he's been in there. Now, the funny part is, Mrs. Cosby's been trying to stop him from drinking coffee for 55 years, and it took this to stop him from drinking coffee. That's a real quote.
He's mentally strong. He's just a strong man. Hey, you know what else he hasn't done since going to prison? Rape anyone.
You don't know that.
Actually, I don't know that. Shit.
So,
okay, rape any women.
Yeah, 95%.
So it took going to prison to stop Bill Cosby to stop drinking coffee, which his wife really wanted him to do. And
he's a changed man.
And to stop raping women. All it took was some prison. Get the coffee and the rape out of the way. Let him free now. He's detoxed.
And guys, I'm off coffee. Let me out of here.
Bill Cosby thinks everyone loves him. He's probably like telling jokes and they're all hate his guts.
Yeah, it's tough. The mighty have fallen.
So
what question did you ask? Because yeah, I was just lost in that.
Would you rather be the bank robber who got caught because they slipped on ice? Or would you rather be the mother who injured herself because she lit dynamite instead of a candle?
Yikes. I'm going bank robber. Easy, actually.
Because you would have got away with it, and you didn't get physically like harmed. You just got jailed now.
Oh no! I tell the cops, I was like, guys, I have a YouTube channel. This is a prank thing. Like I'm supposed to be robbing the bank, and then I slip on the ice. The money goes everywhere. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my little version of Three Stooges. It's
well, we still have to take you to jail. Yeah, no, I get it. This is gonna be part of it. We'll talk about it. It's fine. Like I didn't mean anything. Here's all the money. And they're like, this is bizarre. Like, no, you're an idiot. And it's like, am I?
How many people do you think have tried to commit a crime and then they get caught up and they're like, hey, and they just start waving to cameras, like, actually smile for the cameras. This has all been a joke. Can I have you sign a waiver? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. We're helping out. We're helping people out.
Now the cops know they're on TV and they're being recorded, so they're going to tone it down a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, the dynamite candlestick mistake. That's tough. Actually, well, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Shout out.
Yeah. Connecticut, the land of great towns and bad cities. Bridgeport, the old, who has a stick of dynamite lying around their house?
So, Jim, this was a misleading headline. It's like a firework.
It's illegal. And who wrote the headline? Can we all tweet at Brian Nemitz from the New York Daily News and say, hey, you've ruined a segment of our radio show with your bullshit headline. Take your words and get them out of my face.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'm making a dangerous assumption. The picture is clearly a firework. And I mean, is a firework technically dynamite?
Am I gonna have to apologize
dynamite?
Now? Dynamite? It's like an explosion thing.
Okay, bingo, got that. But do you see the picture in the article?
Yeah, but that's just a stock image.
That looks like an M80 or something. Yeah. I mean, but a stick of dynamite. Why would these people have a stick of dynamite in their home? Like this story totally adds up. Like the mom's looking for a candle in the basement. She sees something with a wick that looks like a candle. She lights it. Okay, it was actually like an M80 firecracker or something. I mean, yeah, this is definitely that. Because don't they label like the firework tents? It'll be like TNT and fireworks, something like that.
Yeah. The bomb squad showed up at the house, and she's suing the former house owner who left this lying around.
So, okay, I mean, if we've got a chance that the previous owner of this house had an actual stick of dynamite, I mean, I'm here for that. If this is one of her kids had an M80 in the basement, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't think she got really hurt.
Stick of dynamite. What are we doing?
I don't know. That's like straight out of a cartoon.
Like, can you buy dynamite?
Dynamite!
How big is a dynamite explosion? It exploded in her hand and she didn't lose her hand?
Better than JPP.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like she's got some burn marks and some cuts.
This was a bottle rocket.
I don't know.
Roman candle. It was a Roman candle, Jake.
I want to be mad. I don't know enough. Roman candle shoots out.
Yeah, that's what this is. I've gabbled it. Roman candle. This whole
that doesn't make any sense.
The whole thing's fugazi. It's stupid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate the guy who wrote it. I hate the woman who's suing. I hate the podcast who presented this to their audience.
Okay.
It's all fugazi. It's all terrible. Let's go into bet of the day. A fun segment.
No.
What else do you want to talk about?
47 minutes, and we haven't even talked about the 20-pound goldfish, Jim?
It's kind of cool. I didn't know that they didn't exist just as much as I didn't know they did exist. You know what I mean? Like so I don't know. I can't relish in how rare this is. I'm not a fish guy. If you told me 20-pound goldfish existed, I'd be like, oh, of course, man. They're in the ocean probably and they grow. Goldfishes grow as big as their container allows them to grow, like turtles. So, yeah, sure. But
that's what I'm saying. Aren't there giant goldfish in some of these koi ponds and stuff? 20's not really moving the Richter scale for me. That's a good reference.
I don't know. He said he works at a bait and tackle shop. He said there's no fake in that kind of fish. It was crazy.
Danville, Kentucky. I think I've been there. There's no faking that kind of fish. Amen, brother.
I guess people haven't seen anything like it. I know I haven't. What am I going to do with it? I thought it deserved to swim another day. Maybe somebody else will catch it. Maybe a kid will catch it and be as happy as I was. I was jumping for joy.
He's got
Would you eat it?
No, I don't think you eat goldfish. He's got his UK, Kentucky Cats sweatshirt on. Jimmy, there is one quote in here that you're going to like. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
We ate at Lee's earlier in the day, and I took a piece of Lee's biscuit, put it on the hook, threw it out there, and that fish ate it.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, I'm currently wearing a shoe on my head as a hat. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Your call.
Believe it or not.
Totally your call if you want to believe that or not.
Do we want to do a golf quick hitter before bet of the day?
Now do it tomorrow.
Remind people, but it might tee off before we release tomorrow. Oh, actually, we're doing tonight.
Yeah, we're releasing. We're recording tonight, so we can release it early.
Remember to get your picks in.
Get your picks in. Get your picks in. Make your picks about the golf. They're playing the sport. They're hitting the ball. Golf, golf, golf.
Bet of the day, it's the bet of the day. Bet of the day, bet of the day.
Jakey didn't make a big mistakey. He's back to his winning ways. Now 11 for his last 13 or some shit like that. 4 out of his last 5 have been winners. Winners. He's a winner. He's a born loser that's currently winning. I am on a 3-game lose losing streak, and my record is getting dangerously close to being 500. Jake, you nervous?
Me nervous?
Are you nervous, Jake?
No, man. I'm hot. I'm on fire.
Jordan Gagg put together some stats here. I told you about this.
What analytics are jumping off for you?
You get better as the week goes.
Oh, yeah.
So we all know your Monday struggles.
Sure.
You're 1-4 on Mondays. You're 4-1 on Fridays.
Yes.
You're a weekend guy.
Oh, yeah.
You've never been a 9-to-5 guy.
No.
Living for the weekends.
Oh, yeah.
80% on Fridays. Today's Wednesday. You're 3 for 2 on Wednesdays. That's the biggest analytics. The Big Ten, you're pretty good in the Big Ten.
Yeah, someone called us out called me out for betting Big Ten basketball. That was at the end of my slump, so I told everyone to piss off. It was time to get hot.
Piss off!
Step out!
Step out! Let's rock. Let's rock. Let's do your bet of the day. You're 5-1 in the Big Ten now. You're 0 for 0 when you bet MLB.
Yeah, undefeated.
Yep.
Undefeated betting baseball.
Also never won a game.
Yeah. James.
O'Brien.
Jimmy. James. Jomboy. We are gonna, I don't know if we're keeping it with our hearts or keeping it with our peckers, but I'm gonna go with Tim's. Well,
wow.
Tim's Nets are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You're just betting the Cavs up and down the board. You bet them versus the Knicks earlier. Now you're betting the Cavs game here.
Just up and down the board, they'll say.
Yeah, up and down that board. Have you seen Jake walking up and down that board just betting the Cavs?
We've been really tuned in to our Nets recently, thanks to our fans.
I think his name's AJ, the one that wanted us to do more Nets stuff.
And we mentioned it since we started talking about the Nets a little more. They're in a little bit of a cold streak. They lost a tough game to Toronto. They blew one against the Bulls. They beat the Nuggets. Lost the Bucks. So they cooled off a little. But, Jim, we're heading towards the All-Star break. Teams are trying to get W's. The Nets are playing Cleveland. Cleveland just won. They just beat the Knicks, which means they're one of the tanking teams in the league. That means they have to lose like their next 10 games or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brooklyn needs a win. The Cavaliers need to not win. So 6 points is nothing. Brooklyn is going to run away with it.
Oh, wow. I love your train of thought there.
Yep.
Delly's back on the Cavs?
Oh, yeah.
How'd that happen?
Man, a couple of these NBA guys became free agents at the right time, and that was Delly for the Cavs for when Bron was there. He got signed by the Bucks.
Yeah, that's what I remember, and he got big money.
To a big contract. Yeah, it's like a 4 for 54 maybe. So yeah, he was on the Bucks, and then they started getting good, and he basically isn't good. Not as good as he used to be. I don't think he got hurt or anything. I just think he kind of fell out of love in Milwaukee. I mean, he was never great. His season high point per game is 8 points right now with Cleveland. Before that, it was 7.5 points for Cleveland.
He was good when he got to pass the ball to LeBron.
Like, kind of. He would just hustle and he'd make an open shot and pass the ball sometimes, and that's kind of all LeBron wanted around him. He had one good playoff game. He was like a real glue guy. Defense 3-and-D. St. Mary's College, Jim. You love it up there.
No, not really.
Not really. But so yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's 4 times 9, Jim? 36?
Yep.
Okay, so there's some extra cash there. Yeah, he got a 4-year, $38 million contract from Milwaukee, and then they wanted to get rid of him, so they ended up flipping him back. What trade? John Henson, Sam Decker, George Hill. all the stars. So yeah, he's back there.
Nice. I agree. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
They beat the Knicks, and they need to stay in that bottom three, like terribly. So you cannot beat the Nets, and it's 6 points.
6 points. I mean, at home, I can see the Cavs will probably keep up for 2.5, 3 quarters, and then Brooklyn will lay down the hammer.
Yeah, I think you're 10-4 when you bet the favorite. Just nice. Good for you.
I just win.
Just win, 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 no matter what.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
There it is.
Bam, bam. Woo, Black Betty. Bam, bam. Woo, Black Betty. Ambulance.
Black Betty, Chad.
Do you want to do anything else? We got some extra minutes. We're only at 56 minutes.
AMA, ask me anything.
All right, who's in the chat? Let's throw a question Jake's way. We'll make it our ask Jake anything. If no one asks you anything, then I'll fake a question. Okay? And it'll be so personal. Oh, it's going to really grind your gears how personal I'm going to get with this question if no one asks you a question. Okay. Okay, here's a question from Peter Milkovich. He says...
The fake name.
Okay, favorite old Saturday morning cartoon. I know your answer to this. Can I try and answer for you?
Sure.
Sports.
Yeah, I used to check out, like, between the third and fourth center, I'd flip over to the cartoons. What were some of the good Saturdays ones? Recess, I mean, was okay. I feel like when I watch stuff, like, I'd get nerdy out. Like, I was so far into sports, like, I'd come back and I'd watch Pokemon or, like, Digimon or some weird crap.
Yeah, I can't really help you. I didn't watch cartoons.
Yeah.
I watched some episodes of Recess were good.
Yeah, you know the big Real Monsters, that was decent. I caught a little bit of that.
What's the song Mikey sings in Recess that I really like?
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Yeah, that's it. I love that scene.
You do love that.
I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna play it right now, and then we're gonna.
I think the nation will forgive me.
Huh? What?
Instead, I'd like to sing a song I've always known, but never really understood until now.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. No.
Imagine if a third grader got up at a school presentation and was like, "This is a song from my heart. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow." You're like, okay, parent aid or whatever the hell it's called, like child services. We check out Mikey's house.
No, it's beautiful. It'd be an internet sensation.
Let's see what's going on at this kid's house, because there seems to be a lot of troubles and sorrows for a third grader. The voice is good. So that's a good song. This is a better song. Thank you for listening. We'll be back tomorrow.
Black Betty had a child. Bam, the damn thing gone wild. Bam, said a word, not a